Hello everyone. In today's ARC profile we'll be doing is one of the wetlands apex predators, and that is Spinosaurus. It is a huge dinosaur that rampages along rivers and shores. It is able to one of few T-Rex's rival thanks to the hydration buff obtained by touching water. Spinosaurus is a deadly predator that is usually found roaming the rivers and swamp areas of the island. However, it has a fairly small aggro range when compared to other large carnivores. A territorial creature than a truly predatory one, it spends most of its time wandering around and hunting fish and any other creature in or near the water that venture too close, killing prey with their conical teeth and jaws, as well as their hooked claws and strong arms. For those new players who would consider a base along the riverside, beaches, assuming them to be safe like the ocean, beach, think again. You might end up face to face with a 14-meter hypercarnivore. The Spinosaurs are apex predators of their semi-aquatic environment, mainly due to the fact that they have water buff. They have lower stamina than many animals within the game. However, their all-around versatility make them excellent mount. They can walk on two legs or all fours and swim akin to that of a crocodile. In the water, few creatures can threaten the animal, as they're fast as a Sarcosuchus. They share the island rivers with. Additionally, they can fight just as well with their claws, with their teeth, allowing for flurry of devastating attacks that come far faster than any other creature their size. Handy for an ambush. However, in comparison to other apex predators, they will not go too far out of their way to chase down prey, preferring to wait until it comes within striking distance. This makes it relatively easy to avoid a conflict, as their massive size and occasionally colorful sails make them easy to spot on the open riverbanks and shallow waters. Additionally, they prefer to stay close to the river and will actually stop chasing a prey item if they travel too far from the water source. They also tend to retreat when low on health in order to survive. Giving it a wide berth will ensure safety for both the player and the Spino. An enormous amphibious theropod, Spinosaurus is one of the island's largest predators, although far smaller than a Giganotosaurus, distinctive thanks to their huge dorsal cell, small fish-like structure adorning the body, legs, and tail, elongated snout, uniquely quadrupedal stance, and the ability to raise up it on its back legs as well as walk on all fours. These animals are adapted for semi-aquatic life, being primarily fish eaters, patrolling the rivers and lakes in search of food. Their size also allows them to hunt bigger game, sometimes taking on crocodiles, other dinosaurs, and occasionally even marine reptiles and sharks that venture too far inland. The Spinosaurus is probably one of the hardest and the most difficult dinosaur around to breed. Their eggs are extremely sensitive to temperature outside of the incubation range, meaning if you don't have a way to regulate the temperature, you will have to spend the entire 2 or 3 hours of the incubation process constantly checking if the egg is too hot or too cold. For more primitive means of hatching these eggs, campfires or standing torch can be used for heating to cool it. Very shallow water is unstable, usable, but be careful to not place the egg too deep in the water because it will die. So the only method to keep the eggs incubated is using air conditioners, dimetrodon, or even otters, that as they can provide heat and cooling when necessary at any time. Spinosaurus live near water areas and will also stay there. You can use this to make quick escape by running from the water source. Sufficient speed and some luck, such as Spinosaurus getting caught on trees and rocks, will save you easily. Other than that, engage from range if and you should be safe. Avoid a direct confrontation unless you have a strong battle mount. It's better to attack it from a ledge or flying mount. Melee attacks are generally futile as the Spinosaurus has large range, knockback, speed, and damage to quickly deal with any interlopers caught near its mouth. If you want to kill one for food, to use hide using melee weapons. Ranged weaponry or strong mount is recommended if you find yourself in a melee. A shield can save your life if well timed, as most melee weapons will be inefficient. If you're caught close range, if you don't have any defenses, run and hope you have a teammates or mounts to cover your escape. And for danger, they are very strong, fast, especially in water, and have a fair amount of health. Do not attempt to escape one by running into the water, as their height advantage and swift swim speed makes this usually successful strategy full-heartedly in extreme. If in the water against a Spino, prey on you can get into the shore or sink. out of its range and hope you can escape it on land. They can also climb over heights to height walls when fighting a Spinosaurus. They are at their most dangerous in their bipedal stance because the stance has damage equivalent to a T-Rex, but has more attack speed, making it capable of easily killing your tames in a short time. But it has weakness. They will not go very far from their water area, so running away is a good option. They are large targets that can hit easily, even by grossly inaccurate shotgun shells from quite a range. They also have a habit of getting stuck on trees, rocks, and use this to escape or get the creature stuck. Be warned, they will likely not remain stuck for long and will charge as soon as they escape. The Spino can be also led to aggro nearby large creatures that it can become occupied and possibly killed by the after. Sponsors can now easily win in a battle with creatures like T-Rex. This is due to the new bipedal stance mode and water buff, which increases its damage. Do not let Spino get knocked out in water. If you tame it, it drowns fast for a semi-aquatic creature. For their role in the utilities, high oxygen makes the Spinosaurus an exceptional choice of a guardian for short dives. With higher damage and health than average Megalodon, they are more than capable of fending off. Make sure to watch oxygen, however. The great swimming capabilities of the Spino allows to go great depths in search for resources and underwater creatures. But there has been some changes. Like the Spinosaurus and all tame dinos will not surface if following a player that is swimming. Remain underwater until they run out of oxygen and begin to drown, as well as the Spino gets a hydration buff when it comes in contact in the water, increase its movement speed by 20%, attack damage by 15%, and health regeneration by 25%, and decreases the turning radius by just standing in the water, and for additional time of 30 seconds after leaving the water. Amphibious combatant. Being gigantic carnivorous dinosaur, its great size and power is only rivaled by other carnivores like the T-Rex or Giganotosaurus. It has less health and stamina than the T-Rex, but deals more DPS with quicker attack speed, drains less stamina over time, and runs faster. It also has good knockback in all of its attacks. The Spino is also much more comfortable in water than other capable mounts. with lower health than those other large dinosaurs. The only noteworthy average of the Spino has more traditional tanks is the astonished range and speed, though although the Diplodocus can also serve this purpose, arguably to greater degree can be useful for kiting large enemies and bosses as well. Transportation with reasonable health, good damage per second, modest stamina, decent carry capacity, the ability to swim quickly while never draining stamina, and having a great boost of movement speed on land. When hydrogen buff applied, the Spino proves to be efficient all-around method of locomotion. In fact, the Spino is significantly faster than other swift carnivorous dinos like the raptor and carnotaurus. It's faster on land even if the hydration buff isn't applied. The Spino will be hindered by a few obstacles and can be challenged many other species in combat. This makes the Spino a great option for transport. Hunter slash fish and jellyfish mount. They're great at harvesting prey of all sorts, oceanic animals like plesiosaurs, brontosaurus. They're good at harvesting keratin, hide, raw fish, raw prime fish, and on aberration, specifically the aberrant variant of Spinosaurus, is the top carnivorous dinosaur, followed by the Megalosaurus. It and is a common battle, transport, and hunting mount on the map. Experience farm of the breedable and hatchable dinosaurs in the game. Spinos provide the fourth highest amount of base experience, so they are more commonly sought and killed for faster leveling for players and tames. Troodon taming. Killing a Spinosaurus gives so much experience. A level 165 is enough to tame a 150 Troodon during the night. It is recommended to do it with babies. They are amphibious battle mount and boss killers. Many survivors love to use Spinosaurus to defeat bosses, although it has less health and damage melee than Rex. And that's it for the Spinosaurus. Like and subscribe, and see you later, guys.